Thank you for joining me. If you stumbled across this video, thank you. I hope to offer some kind of insight and some kind of encouragement and perspective into this world that we live in today. Because, let's face it, this is a world of unpredictability and uncertainty. And how do you navigate it? Well, I have to tell you, I'm not a doctor. I don't have a PhD. I haven't been formally educated in that. But I can tell you is that I've been through a lot. I've experienced a lot. And I know firsthand, life is not perfect. So, without further ado, I want to dedicate this and every video that you see to the man that inspired me, the man that I love with my whole heart, because he showed me and he's inspired me in many ways I can't even explain, and if I did, I would need another episode, so we'll just save that for another episode. But just know that, hey, you're seeing this for a reason, and just know that I love you and thank you very much. And I hope the whole world, anybody that sees this today, I hope that I can offer some kind of insight and some kind of encouragement. So what I want to talk to you today about is living in this world of uncertainty and chaos, and looking at this world through the eyes with the lens where you already have trouble trusting people. I want to say that as a child, I had the blessing and the experience of having lived with my grandparents for most of my life, on and off. Between that time, I lived with my grandparents and I went to go live with my father, and kind of back and forth. I have to say that if it wasn't for my grandparents showing me consistency every single day, that foundation alone, that prepared me kind of into what I was going to be thrown in. And those situations were very bad. They were abusive, emotionally and mentally, and yes, physically. When you're a child and you endure those kinds of things, it can affect your outlook on things. I used to be a really trusting person. I used to think that, hey, when I'm an adult, hey, everything's gonna be perfect. Yeah, to be an adult, yeah, it's gonna be perfect. They got everything together, you know. But then I had a rude awakening at age 7. Everything turned upside down. I lived in a situation away from my grandparents and experienced firsthand and saw firsthand how the person that you thought that you could depend on as an adult and look up to, they quickly turned on me. I had no idea why, and I couldn't make sense of it. At 7 years old, I mean, what's going on? I've never felt anything like this. I never experienced anything like this. I had grown up in most of my life with consistency and love and acceptance. There was no need to question anything. I had no idea. But I learned very quickly that people can be two different people and change just like that. And that's scary. So, what I want to say is when you've lived through traumatic experiences, you learn to navigate this world in a very different way. You learn to protect yourself. You learn to protect your heart, and you learn to protect yourself emotionally. And a lot of times when that happens, you don't realize you're doing it, but you can end up pushing people away. Why? Because that person or whoever they are that you're enjoying the interaction with at that time feels good. It's like, oh yeah, I trust that. Wow, what a nice person. And then in the back of your mind and in here, something saying, hold on, no, I can't trust that person because it's just a facade. They're not being real. They're gonna be different. Just you watch. I'm gonna put my trust in them, and then they're gonna turn around and they're gonna hurt me. So what happens? It's like you you have your visit and you have your good times, and then after that, no more. Because why? Because you do not want to be hurt ever again. You don't want that pain again. And when you live in a world like we do today, we are surrounded by so many people. We interact with people. We have to work with people. We do business with people. We have to, and even as myself, I've worked with people in customer service, and I know that you have to treat people kindly and respectfully. And I personally, I like people. I mean, I like people to a degree. I know people are people, and they can be, you can get the grouchy ones, you can get the really, I don't know, far out ones. People say I'm kind of eclectic and goofy, and that's okay. I don't mind that. I don't mind being known as that. But when you are working with people or dealing with people or talking with people that aren't family or are not related, when you're doing that and you're stepping out into the world and in public, we tend to have our outward, you know, it's you could say it's a mask, but not really. It's just the way that you are publicly. You know, you have respect for people. You treat people kindly, and you treat people the way you want to be treated. But the person that you are at home, you know, I mean, you might be more quiet, you might be more reserved, and that's okay. But everybody has had to learn to navigate. I was always told that you have to smile. I had no trouble smiling, but I know what it's like when you want to smile and you don't want to smile. That's the problem. You may not like to be around people, but you feel you have to put on a smile. And some people can pick that up, and they might find that very disingenuous and very fake. And I want to say, in this world of uncertainty, you don't want to be fake. And people can pick that up. But if you're a genuine person, people can pick that up. They can, especially people who don't trust. Anyway, where am I going with this? Well, I just want to say that in this world of uncertainty, and if you've grown up in a situation where you've learned that you can't trust, and I mean, it's kind of just like that. You really can't trust anybody, but when you have such a fear, you end up pushing people away, and it's a defense mechanism. It's to protect yourself, and that's all you know. And you can't be blamed for it, but just know that you just be you, and don't worry about everybody else. Don't worry. Just remember that you have worth, and you're deserving of love, and whoever tried to make you feel less than that or tried to make you feel unworthy of it, I want to tell you something. Those people were insecure, or those people were after a power trip, or they wanted to put one over you so that they could feel better about themselves. It had nothing to do with the person that you are. I want you to remember that. You deserve love. You deserve to have a good life. You deserve to be treated with respect. So don't ever doubt yourself. Remember that. And yes, it's a lifelong struggle. We all have to learn. We all have our guards up, and that's okay. We are trying to protect ourselves. That's natural, and that's understandable. But just remember this. Stay true to yourself, and the right people will accept you. And you'll know. Your intuition will tell you. It's in here. You'll know. And just never be ashamed. All right? Until next time, thank you for joining.